Welcome back, my friends. Before I give you a quick tour of the allotments, I've been having trouble with my previous tripod. The threads went on that, so it just flops about. So for the past quite a few months I've been using that bit of wire to stop it from flopping everywhere. And I was in one of the charity shops in Warwick and I managed to get this for £10. Now I thought that was quite a bargain. It's a lot taller. I'm going to have a little experiment in this quick release. I'm going to try and cut it off there, fasten it onto the top of that so I can just release the tablet. So let's go and have a look at the Wildflower garden. Well, that's the pond. It's ongoing. Still no time to do anything with that yet. But I thought I'd quickly show you this. It's developing really quickly now, with some really lovely blue flowers and insect life galore. Oh, what's that? Well, this is Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Mine is his antlers, mine and his tail, and his red nose is turned a funny colour. I'll revamp him later on in the year. The strawberry planter hasn't really done what I wanted it to do. It's dried out very quickly, so I think I'm going to have it on one level and I'll be able to water it all correctly. The autumn fruiting raspberries are fruiting in the summer. Unbelievable. So we'll say goodbye to plot 1 for now, and for the first time we're going to go straight up to plot 3. So we're in the fruit cage. The branch that was dying off on this blackberry bush, when I cut it right back to the bottom, you could see where I perhaps damaged it when I'd moved it. So that was good, because at least I know it's no disease. Really good crop, considering I'd only just moved these over the winter. These summer fruiting raspberries, they look like they're going mouldy, but I don't know, it must be the variety. Of course, I've lost the label. But no, considering there's one bush, I've had quite a good crop. These red gooseberries are the best sweet tasting gooseberries I've ever tried, and it just so happens that I actually bought 2 more plants of the same variety, and I got one for half price at a £5, quite an established plant, so that was even better. Only a few blueberries this year, but these plants will soon establish. My second red currant bush is a little behind on the main red currant, but this will help because this bush is absolutely loaded. Really enjoying these. Just need to get my pruning methods right. You learn by mistakes, but overall I'm quite pleased with the fruit that I've got this time. More than enough. So this is the bean bed. Everything's really getting going now. The tiny Tims are doing well, and I've planted some money makers in between those and given them a little bit of support. As you can see, my container growing is doing really well. Pleased with them, enjoying the fresh air, not like the ones that were in the polytunnel. I'm still feeding the underground worm farms. Lots of tomatoes growing in there. Lots of flowers on the beans. Not all setting just yet. I haven't got any that are started to grow, but to help this you can just mist them with a fine water spray. Just helps with the pollination. These have been fed with the banana plant food. They're looking quite healthy. These are the cobra. Ones that were attacked by the slugs are just started to kick off again. But there'll be more than enough here for me. And Jerusalem artichokes are now almost 5 foot tall, and I'm glad I thinned them out. Now the peas have done exceptionally well. As you know, I do put them in thickly when I do them in the guttering, but they've really been producing there. That, oh no, it's still a little bit soft, so there's a little bit of room in there, but I do like to pick them early. But they haven't got yellow, and these have also been fed on 2 lots of banana liquid plant food. Three pickings. I've got to do another picking tonight, and as you can see, my last sowing full of pods, and these framework that we found has done an absolutely excellent job holding it all together. And even where I've been picking, sometimes they just break off and flop to the floor, but these have held on really well. Hashtag Giant Sunflower Challenge. Here we go. Oh, won't lean far enough back. Let's lift the tripod up. They're about 6 foot. Let's just say 6 foot. That's number 2. And there's number 1, which is more like 4 foot, 5 foot. The slug damage doesn't seem to have bothered them. And they've also been fed on banana liquid plant food. The Autumn King started planting those now, or should we say sowing those. They were the 23rd of the 6th, and they're doing really well. They've still got to be thinned out. Broad beans, they'll dry off naturally, there'll be enough there for me. And it certainly won't be long before I do a reveal on the carrots. Well, the ants are doing a good job. It's beautiful stuff. And these are certainly doing better than those, so the ants are helping. Managed to get the last few red cabbage in, and some of the greyhounds and other bits and bobs. One Savoy there. These are the purple sprouting variety. I think there's also some white. And I know Michael Jacobs said there's not many white butterflies about because they will lay their eggs through the netting, but these are looking really well. And I was watching one of my subscribers' videos, and does a lot of the growing in water, and by cutting back all the leaves it encouraged all these smaller ones to grow bigger leaves and then produce more from the outside. So I've cut all the big leaves off that one. If that works really well, as you can see, some of the others that I haven't done have gone to seed quite quickly. even though they don't look very appetizing, they're very, very tasty. So Brent, I'll give you a shout out there, and I'll leave his proper channel name in the comments below. Look at the colour of that kale. A big difference to what's actually outside. But, very, very tasty. In the onion cage. These are coming on well now, and in these stations, the empty stations, I've planted a few more seeds. I made the mistake of planting one per station, the seeds, but that's successional sowing. It's all good. Managed to get this weeded, and at the moment, touch wood, the leeks are doing fine. No sign of the moth. Sorry about the bumpiness, guys, but we are in confined spaces. These are the red onions that went to seed, and these are the ones that didn't. Quite pleased with those. And there's a few Stuttgarter onions there. Fortunately, I've trampled on a few. That's gardening. This is where the leeks will be going. Just while we're here, no, I'll stop you. These are the sweet candle in the boxes. Again, what a lovely colour. These haven't been fed on anything, they just had the manure and stuff that's right at the bottom of the boxes. So the taproot has to go for that, and then hopefully you won't get too many legs and some strange looking carrots. Just a pity I didn't start chitting my cabbage seed before, because this red cabbage, I do love red cabbage, especially raw in salads. Let's do it. Yeah, they all look good. Really pleased. I'll be taking a few of the bottom leaves off, putting them in the blender for the worms, and then I'll be giving this whole cage a good dousing of nettle tea. These are the two tiny Tims that were in the polytunnel but didn't get the room, and we've got now it's either turnips or Swedes. I don't know, maybe turnips and Swedes. I've got the labels on the plot. Let's just move down a bit. Yeah, Swedes to the left, and these are the turnips. The same seed that I thought was rocket. You don't want to be eating those leaves. Bolt-hardy beetroot. Got a butternut squash there. Courgette. Now I've been resting the courgettes on the roots from the bags that I get from the side of the road, the roots from the cannabis growing. Seems to hold them up nicely. Stays a little bit drier. You see, I'm moving the radishes up every time I use a bucket. But I have I've been planting too many, but you just can't seem to get it right, but never mind. I've tried some of those Stuttgarters in that bed there, and some in the lamp cover. Now I've had to heat these up, guys. They're going mad. I'm going to do a reveal on 100 days. I don't think I'm at 100 days yet, but there is a few surprises to be had. There's my first earlies. Took the tops off so they don't grow anymore. Just been emptying them out there, picking the potatoes and then putting any potatoes back in I don't need. The chard has done really well in these lampshades, not too much damage at all. Some more bits of fruit that we'll have to go over to hashtag starting a new allotment. The peach tree looks a little bit brown, but it's still growing. got, yeah, these are cucumbers. I've put them outside. Again, you don't want them all coming at the same time. And these are the 2 potatoes from hashtag starting a new allotment. Be interesting to see what I get off those. Started removing the lamp covers now as I pick the lettuce. As you can see, the comfort is there growing away. Spring onions, they'll end up like onions soon if I don't start picking those, but trouble is I've got plenty of red onions that have gone to seed that I wanted to use first. And it doesn't take the lettuce long to grow. I still haven't done any more sowing yet, so I'm going to get into trouble, aren't I, guys? I'm going to run out. Hashtag ugly parsnip challenge. I'm not going to mention that word that begins with B on the potatoes. Parsnips in the middle, and we're due a reveal on the potato peel challenge. That's going to be hashtag potato peel challenge reveal, so all the videos come together. Let's go and have a little look in the polytunnel. The bit more room now. It's a lot better this way. Now that beetroot there is the same that's growing outside. It's surprised now you keep it in the container. I'll just wet this ground because these raised beds dry out so quickly in here. It's unbelievably quickly. Mick, Watson, Grumpy Gardener, won't be long before I'm taking these. Thank you very much for sending me those seed. Pleased with the peppers, but it's only the wife that really likes them. They're definitely not sweet, not when you put them in whole and chew. Oh, my lips, oh, my tongue. Show you me grapes. Oh, hang on, I'm grabbing the wrong bunch. Not sure whether that's coming through, guys, but that's really nice. Let's show you my first cucumber. Or would you like to see my courgette? Zucchini. It's actually growing uphill. I'm trying to train it uphill so that I get the fruits. And I think I'm just going to, have to move a few leaves. Well, don't they grow quick? Now, I won't let that grow much bigger because they'll be my little snacks. Shan't have enough room in my sandwich box soon, guys. These are the ones, these are the cabbage that I chitted. So we've got some greyhound there, some Savoy, but I left them in the polytunnel. And guess what happens when you leave plants in the polytunnel? I fried them. There'll be loads of cucumbers. It's surprising how some cucumber plants do better than others. But the side shoots, I'll let them get to 2 leaves and then take the head out. Else it just gets so, I think these are just started to wilt, so they're going to get a good dousing of water tonight. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Commenting, subscribing, liking. Happy gardening to you all. I'm getting close to 20 minutes on this video, and I don't want the grumpy gardener saying he's not watching my video because it's too long. But I also struggle to be able to watch videos that are longer than half an hour. Been very busy, so I haven't watched everybody's videos. You'll probably know I'm skipping a few. I'll be glad when I'm retired. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. Happy 4th of July, my friends.